Hello, hello, welcome, loves. So wonderful to have you all here. There probably will be a couple more beloveds joining, but I'd love to just kind of go over a little flow for our Imbolc gathering. So we'll start off with just to kind of open the sacred space and to ground and center us all. We'll start off with our Imbolc Bridget journey and meditation. So what I would love to just invite you to make sure that you have a lighter and a candle, because we're going to be, I've got Bridget's eternal flame here. So I'm going to invite you to light your candle there. And I also have water from Bridget's well as well. And then we're going to connect your water. So if you have like a candle and a lighter or matches or anything, feel free to grab those. So we'll start off with our meditation. I'll go over a little bit about what the meaning of Imbolc is all about. And then a little bit on Bridget, Goddess Bridget. It's known as Imbolc, but today we're actually, at Bridget's day in the energy of that. And then I'd love to go over some questions for deep soul inquiry for this powerful time of Imbolc and what that means to us, what that activates within us. I'd love to go over an Imbolc ritual that you can do over the next day or two. And then I'd love to have everybody share and what their intentions for Imbolc is, and then we'll close space together. So it's such an honor to be here with you all, and thank you for taking time out of your day, my lovies. And I'm just going to invite you, if you want to just take a moment to get a pen, and if you want to get pen and paper, and if you want to have a candle. So I have the candle ready. I'm going to light this in a way of opening our sacred space together as well. So if you want to just take a moment to grab a little bit of water, because you can just be water at your tap, or if you've got any water you've gathered from somewhere. And then if you want to have a lighter and a candle. So what I have here is, which I'll talk to now, is there's a couple more beloveds joining. So what I have here is Bridget here in Ireland, Goddess Bridget. There's this beautiful place in Kildare in Ireland where Bridget was born. And these incredible nuns run this place called Solace Bride. So the light of Bridget, Solace is light, and a bride, Bridget, is Gaelic. It's all Gaelic for light and Bridget. And so these incredible nuns of pure service keep this eternal flame going 24/7 and have for years and years. So what happened is I went up to Solace Bride. I've just been up there, and I have lit this candle from the eternal flame, the candle of the eternal flame of Bridget's. So what I'm going to invite all of you to do now is, if you have a candle and a lighter, I'm going to invite you and to visualize that you're lighting your candle from the energy of this eternal flame. So then you are also carriers of the eternal flame. And then what happens is any other candle that you can light from this one that you're using now will carry on taking that energy of Bridget's eternal flame. So, Bridget is the goddess of poetry, of inspiration, of healing, of the hearth, of children. She was the blacksmith, and we'll talk more about that. So I'm going to invite you to do that. So get your candle ready. And then this is water from Bridget's well. So we're going to work with that after our meditation. So what I'm going to invite you to do is, you can lay down for the journey, for the meditation. You can get a blanket, a pillow, whatever would be really comfortable, really nurturing for you. So you can really, you can really let go. You can really surrender. You can go really deep. So if you want to take a moment to get all comfy to lay down, I invite you to do that. And I'm going to take you through a journey where we're going to connect with Bridget, and we're going to connect with the sacred energies of Imbolc. So whenever you're ready, my lovies, we're going to get ready to start. I'm going to invite you, whenever you're ready, to just gently close your eyes and just bringing your awareness from your eternal landscape to your inner landscape, and just bringing your awareness inwards and just noticing where your awareness lands when you bring it inwards. Does it come to your heart, your third eye? Does it go down into your belly, into your womb? Just allowing yourself to be the observer. Perhaps your energy is just flowing up and down. So it's going exactly where it needs to. I'm just inviting you to be fully here in body, mind, and spirit. And to move more deeply into this present moment, we're going to become connected with our breath. And as you inhale, just feel that breath as it moves through your body, and as you exhale. And then we're going to deepen that energy. And on your next inhale, we're just going to draw the energy from the heart of the earth, right? From the womb of the earth. The earth that is starting to wake up after a long, dark winter. So whenever you're ready, we're going to take a deep inhale and just draw our energy up from the heart, the womb of the earth. So inhaling. And just feel that beautiful nourishment, grounding, centering life force of Mother Earth, of Gaia, as you inhale and feel that energy moving up in through your feet, in through the base of your spine, and all the way up through your body. With that inhale, just feel it drawing up, 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 all the way up to the crown of your head. And then just holding your breath. And then whenever you're ready with a big exhale, we're just gonna exhaling your breath all the way out. So just letting go. This is a powerful, powerful time as we moved into Imbolc, right? This beautiful time where we get to retrieve our gifts from the darkness. The way the earth is just gently starting to stir, right? Gently starting to awaken. So whenever you're ready, we're going to take another deep inhale. And inhaling your breath up, 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 all the way up to the crown of your head. And then just holding your breath. And then whenever you're ready, just exhaling your breath all the way out. And with that exhale and that surrendering, just letting yourself release anything that you're ready to release, right? The earth, the land, this time supports that and facilitates that. It wants you to step truly into your most authentic self, right? And when we have that intention behind it. So with the power of our intention, let's inhale and draw the earth, the energy up from the heart of the earth. And feel it moving up, 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 and just all the way up through your body. And it just brings a sense of renewal and balance and rejuvenation and just deep centering. So inhale, it's drawing all the way up, up, up to the crown of your head, and then just holding your breath and then exhaling. Exhaling your breath all the way out. Beautiful. Emptying, releasing, surrendering. Beautiful. And then we're going to consciously really ground and center our energy. So whenever you're ready, sending your grounding cord at the base of your spine, at the soles of your feet, and just sending your grounding cord deep down into the heart of Mother Earth, Eru, beneath you, the goddess of the land. And just feel your energy moving deep, deep down to the layers, deep down to the heart of the earth. And as you reach the heart of the earth, there's just this deep sense of coming home to oneself, coming back home to the land. And then once we do that, we come back home to ourselves. That's where spirit is. That's where the goddess is. So when you do that, it's all encompassing. So just anchoring in there and allowing your heartbeat and her heartbeat to merge. And just noticing how you feel when you do that. Feel that deep connection. And then with your mind's eye, just seeing this beautiful golden flame. This beautiful flame that comes from the heart of the earth. It's this warm golden light. I'm going to invite you just to see it rising up from the heart of the earth. This flame of pure nourishment, a renewal. And it comes with that energy of Imbolc, of one of that budding. And then when we get to the spring equinox, it's the blossoming, right? So that's what this point represents. And as this beautiful warm golden light comes up, this is all the gifts from the long dark winter of you retrieving your gifts in the form of this beautiful golden flame, this beautiful golden light. And just feel it now entering in through the base of your spine, the soles of your feet, and with your mind's eye, just see this luminous, beautiful golden light. And just feel it moving up through your body, and it goes to all the parts of your body that need it most. The parts of your body that could benefit and be supported by physical healing, emotional healing, mental and spiritual. Feel it moving out around your aura and your energy field. Beautiful. And just feel it bringing softness everywhere. Anywhere that there's discomfort, feel it bringing comfort. Anywhere there's tightness, feel it bringing softness. And everywhere it flows, it illuminates. So just see it now at the base of your spine. And see this beautiful, warm, golden light flowing up your spine. And as it flows up your spine, it illuminates your spine with this beautiful golden light. And as it moves up through your spine, see it lighting up every single one of your 24 vertebrae. And as it reaches the base of your spine, your root, right, that energy point at the base of your spine, and as it does, just see it moving there and getting the energy starts to flow and move and expand and clear and heal. And then just see it like this beautiful blossoming right there at your base chakra. And it's like, yeah, its work is done. So it moves up to the second point below your belly button, your sacral. And just see it with this beautiful golden light clearing, cleansing, activating, and just see now that energy point with this beautiful blossoming flower, this beautiful golden flame, moving up to your solar plexus right above your belly button. And just feeling this cleansing and this clearing and this activation to this point where it activates you stepping into your confidence, into your light, into your truth, right? The truth of who you are, stepping into your light, into your greatness, and giving you that deep passion and conviction to move forward with whatever that is. Feel it with this beautiful healing light and just see it blossoming. And as I was at your sacral, it's just this deep embodiment, this clearing and healing, your creative center, your sensuality. And just see it moving all the way up now, up through your spine, illuminating your vertebrae. See it moving to every organ, blood, bones, muscles. See it moving now up to your heart, your beautiful, beautiful, radiant heart. And feel that warmth at your heart. And feel it spiraling, cleansing and clearing, forgiveness, love, unconditional love, infinite love. Feel that beautiful golden light healing and just feel your heart expanding. And just feel that beautiful blossoming at your heart. That flame, that golden flame, transmuting any energy into forgiveness, into love, into compassion. Feeling at the back of your heart. And as that beautiful golden flame moves all the way up to your throat, just feel that now, the clearing at your throat. And feel that energetic alignment where you speak from your heart, from your soul. Just feel that all the way from the earth, all the way up through the energy points, now to your heart, clearing, and just feel that beautiful expansion, that blossoming at your heart, your throat, right? There's that full alignment where you speak your truth from this conscious, loving, empowered place. And then as it moves all the way up your spine, up through your vertebrae, up through the back of your skull, your pineal gland, now at your third eye. And just feel that clearing and that opening at your third eye. Feel that beautiful flame there, leading the way. Where you have that sight, that gift of sight, of seeing, of that deep knowing, that inner guidance, that deep intuition. Feel it being activated to the next level. Then moving all the way up to the crown of your head. All the way up to the crown of your head, and just feel this beautiful golden light here at the crown of your head. Feel this beautiful opening, and that now is your connection with your highest self. Connect with her, feel her, see her, your most conscious highest self. Gaze into her eyes. Allow her to gaze into your eyes and feel the presence of your highest self. That deep, deep presence. Allow yourself to receive any guidance from your highest self. And as that communing is happening, just feeling this pure white light, this pure white flame straight from spirit, straight from the universe, flowing down now into the crown of your head, down through your body, out around your energy field. Illuminating every single cell of your being, rejuvenating, regenerating, clearing. It's bringing this light frequency. And then feel the merging of this beautiful golden flame, this beautiful golden light of the earth, and this pure white light of source weaving together, merging up and down through your physical and auric body. I invite you now with your mind's eye to see yourself at Bridget's well. You're standing here on the grass barefoot, and invite you to notice how you feel, what you hear, what you sense. As you stand in the center of the hawthorn trees. The hawthorn tree is the tree of the fairy realm, the Tuatha Danann, which Bridget was part of this mythical race. The hawthorn, the healing trees, the wishing trees. As you stand in the center of them and you look out in front, and you see this beautiful well in front of you. This stone circle well. As you start to make your way towards the well, just a few steps in front of you, Bridget enters the sacred space, Goddess Bridget. Bridget of the flame, of the hearth, of the fire. As you enter the well, see her there with her long flowing red hair. She offers you the flame that heals, that activates. So whatever you'd like to release and transmute the energy of, offer that into the flame now. And watching the flame transmute that energy and clear it. Just as wood turns into ash and then goes back into the earth. If there's something that you would like to activate and bring into alignment and synchronicity, offer that to the flame. Offer as much as you wish the flame. Bridget is here to support you. Offering whatever you wish to the flame. Bridget stays with you as she just moves to the side and invites you to enter the well. There's 3 steps, 3 beautifully worn stone steps that lead into the well. She invites you, if you wish to get into the well, you may. If you'd rather just get the water and gather it in the palms of your hands and touch the parts of your body that you want to bring this healing water to. If you wish to bathe anything in the well, she offers you to do so. This is sacred healing waters. Heals ailments, fevers. These beautiful healing waters. He invites you to soak something in it, to gather some water, to drink the water. If you wish to immerse yourself fully in the water, then do so. Just listening to that inner guidance. This water has the ability to cleanse and purify, to clear away, to help you release anything you're ready to release, or anyone, or any patterns or any thoughts or beliefs, anything that repeats itself, perhaps something from the past that you're done with. Offer it to the well now. Offer it to the water, or offer it to the eternal flame for transmutation. Know that you are fully supported here and now. The land around you, beneath you, cradling you. The trees, the circle of hawthorn trees all around you. And the fire and the water. And the element of air is there, perhaps. There's a bird in the sky. Flying over as you are in the well. This well is always available for you. This sacred space is always available to you. So as you turn to exit the well, you notice that the Kaliak, the wise crone goddess, is there as well, as she is the winter goddess. With Bridget on one side and the Kaliak on the other, you're at that midway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So Bridget links one arm and the Kaliak links another. And they support you to exit the well. Bridget, please invite you to take some of the sacred water with you. And then the Kaliak takes your left hand and she places a gift in that. If you wish to take it with you, please do so. And as you look to the left to thank the Kaliak for the gift, she shares some guidance, some wisdom with you. So I invite you to just take a moment now. We'll be in silence so you can listen. And then as you look to the right, Bridget offers you some guidance also. As you look down, you see these beautiful white snowdrops all around. And you see as the beauty is even making its way up through as the land has been resting, but it's starting to come alive again. So just feel that energy beneath you. Giving deep thanks to the Kaliak and Bridget. We give deep thanks for their support and their guidance and their gifts. As we start to exit this circle of hawthorn trees, noticing what it feels like to have the soles of your feet touching the earth, putting one foot in front of the next, exiting the sacred circle. And then as you exit the circle, we're going to pause now and I'm going to invite you to bring your right hand to your heart and your left hand over your heart. And just take a moment to seal in your practice now. To give thanks. And then let's just take a deep inhale together. And an exhale. Beautiful. And then whenever you're ready, my loves, just gently coming out of the journey, out of the meditation. If it feels good to have a gentle stretch, if you want to rub your hands together really fast and get the energy moving, and just place your hands wherever you feel called, or even just give yourself this beautiful, nourishing hug, this love, this compassion. Beautiful. Well, it is so beautiful to be with you all. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking time out of your day. And so I would love if you have your candles and if you have your lighter or matches. I'm just going to hold up the flame here, and I'm going to, oh, beautiful, Martina. That's gorgeous. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. I love the light is just illuminating through the glass. It's beautiful. So I'm going to invite you all to just light your candle, and then you have activated your own eternal flame. So I'm going to invite you to take a moment to do that. And then if you also have some water, I'm going to invite you just to also connect. This is the water from St. Bridget's Well. And so I'm going to invite you to just take a moment, if you have water, to allow your body of water to connect with the energy of this body of water. So one of the traditions with this well is when you go visit it, you can bring a shawl or a pillowcase or a blanket of anybody you wish, and then you just soak it into the well. And you don't wash it, you let it dry. Oh, beautiful, Martina. And then you just let the blanket dry. And then if somebody is unwell or just needs extra nourishment or love, you wrap them in that blanket, or they sleep on that pillowcase. It's really a beautiful, beautiful tradition. So that's one of the rituals that they do up at Bridget's Well. So there's a really incredible, which is the town that Bridget is from, in Kildare. There's one well there, and then there's another really incredible one in County Clare, St. Bridget's Well, over by the Cliffs of Moher. Like amazing, amazing. So it is so beautiful to be here with you all. So what I'd like to invite you to do is I'd love you to get your pen and paper, and I'd really like for you to take any notes from the meditation, like if there was a specific gift that you received, if there was any kind of guidance that came in from the Kaliak or Bridget, or just something that came up for you, something that you felt, something that you remembered. What was the gift that you received? How did it feel when the water touched you, when you brought the flame energy in? So I'd love for you to take a moment and journal a little bit about that, because a lot of time after these journeys and meditations, we think, oh yeah, of course I'll remember all that, and then we don't. And that's okay too, because it goes to where we need to remember, right? But I think it's really beautiful if it's a conscious choice to write. And then once you've done that, I'd love to actually just move on to I have questions for soul inquiry at this time of Imbolc. So as you're writing there, just a little bit on Imbolc basically means like in the belly, right? So what's amazing here now, the beginning of February, if you look at a lot of the sheep in the fields, like they've got the lambs in the belly, like a lot of the animals. So this is a time of huge fertility, right? And so there's another Gaelic word called Imbolc, right? So there's Imbolc, which is in the belly, but Imbolc means the milk. So what's happening at this time is, the lambs and everything will be born in the spring. So this is kind of this midway point between the winter solstice and between the spring equinox, where it's a very fertile time. It's this time where we've gone through this, like we started in the autumn equinox, where we started to shed, we started to release the leaves, the trees did, right? It was that willingness to be vulnerable and stand bare, right? So then we went into Samhain, right, which is the winter. It's the other point, one of the other festivals on the Celtic Wheel, and Samhain is like that deep ancestral healing and going into the darkness and the shadow work. And then we go into the winter solstice, and that's just like allowing that void and the emptiness and that reflection and the dreaming. So now at this time of Imbolc, things start to waken up, right? We're not there quite yet at that blossoming, right? But it's a gentle waking up. It's a gentle starting to retrieve our gifts from that darkness. And if we think about it just from our ancestors' time, right? Our ancestors at this time, it was kind of scary for them. They didn't have fridges and freezers. And so at this stage, it was like, oh my gosh, are we, the land hasn't really started producing yet. So are we going to sustain? And then it's like, the days start to get longer, the nights get shorter, the sun starts to become higher in the sky, and it's like, here is the return of the light. And then that's a Bridget, she's representing that fire, she's representing that light. So it's like that sense of trust and hope and new beginnings, and that time of fertility start to come about. And it's like, okay, we're moving out of this dark winter, right? And we're starting to come back into the sun. And so there's this sense of starting to come alive again, right? So what I'm going to invite you to do now with the questions for the soul inquiry is, what are those gifts that you're going to retrieve from the light? So what have you cultivated over these last 6 months, right? Back in the autumn equinox, and then when you started that descent into the underworld, that descent into the cave, right? Mother Bear and Grandmother Spider. When you deep dive into that, if you did, and in a lot of parts of the world, we're commanded to do that. Like it gets dark and it's cold and it's wet or there's snow, and so Mother Earth herself commands and demands us to go inwards, like sit in front of that fire and just tend to the flame and watch the flame. So what gifts are you bringing from the darkness? So that's the first question I would ask. What's that first gift, right? And then just as we have the water, right, for the cleansing, and we have the fire, right, to transmute the energy. So what is no longer serving, and how can you leave it behind? Because we're also right today in this, we're in Imbolc, but we're also in the Chinese New Year, the solar, right? So we're moving into all this new energy, like the water rabbit, like a lot of that watery energy. So you get to choose, like, I'm not going to bring that energy into this next period, this next cycle of my life. Like I'm done with that. So you bring that consciousness in and you make this conscious choice of, yeah, I'm done with this. So what might that be? What might that look like? What might that feel like? I mean, it's like shining the light on it, which is what this does, is the biggest part. And then it's just showing up and then bringing the consciousness into each and every moment that we can. So then what lies dormant, and what would I like to focus on more? So what lies dormant, everything's so dormant at this time of winter solstice, but now we're at Imbolc. I'm starting to wake up. So what lies dormant, and what would you like to focus on? So where do you want to put your energy? What's your intentions? What do you want to cultivate more of in this new year and this new energy? So what are you leaving behind, which it was like clutter, it took up space, it took up time, it took up energy. So how are you going to release that? And then what is ready to emerge? And what am I going to do to support this? So what is like that flame activating within you that you want to emerge and wake up within you? But also, yes, we bring that awareness in. I'm ready to awaken this. But what actions are you willing to? So there's just this beautiful balance between the being and the doing, between the yin and the yang, between our own divine feminine, divine masculine. So it's like that beautiful integration. So it's where that consciousness and that being and that willing to observe and willing to question, but then the action part, right? So what are you going to do so you don't take that forward in? What are you going to do so you can bring more energy into that part of your life, that part of your beingness? Whether it's your health, your mental, your emotional, your physical, whether it's your love, whether it's your abundance. So what can I do to revive and nourish my body and spirit? So are there just any practices that you would like to consciously bring in? What might that be? Walking, getting out in nature, maybe a shift in diet, like start the day off with a certain thing that would nourish you, warm lemon water, a juice, like whatever that may be. You know what that is. Maybe it's just like a warm salt bath, breath work, meditation, whatever it may be, dancing, moving, singing. And what changes do I see in my surroundings? And how is nature shifting and preparing for the new season? So I think that's what's so amazing. Like in the autumn equinox, we see the leaves releasing. So it's like, okay, what am I releasing? Then in Samhain, like we see it just going into the darkness. So it's like, okay, I'm going to make friends at my shadow. I'm going to really embrace all aspects of myself. I'm going to work with my ancestral energy. And then that winter solstice is just the allowing, the surrendering, what parts of ourselves are going to let die. And now it's the waking up stage. So if you look to the earth, she's starting to awaken. So what is it that's ready to awaken within you? And I think it's just about the self-care as well. So what are you willing to bring in that is really nurturing for you? That's going to fill you up. That's really, really important. So as you're kind of answering there, I'd love to talk just a little bit about Bridget. So Bridget is, she's, it's interesting because she's the goddess. There's the mythology behind, which I'd love to speak to. And then it's like, she's also known as a saint. Like this is, Bridget's saint, Bridget's Day. And she's just tremendous. And one of the rituals is, because she was a blacksmith, right? But she worked with the flame. So one of the rituals is working with the bow, right? So there's kind of just this ritual where you can stand in kind of like warrior's pose. And if you have a real bow and arrow, you can use it, or you can just energetically see with your mind's eye that intention that you're setting, and you can pull back the bow, right? And then allow yourself to focus and know, this is what I'm done with. This is what I'm releasing, or this is what I'm ready to activate and align with, right? So you pull back the bow and you let it go. So that is one of the rituals that I'm going to invite you to do over this next 6-week period. This next, all of these, there's 8 points on the Celtic Wheel. This is the 4th spoke, right? So throughout all of these points on the wheel, there's different energies that we're being invited to step into. And this is what it is. Like, it's kind of the focus and the clarity, because we're starting to move into the fire time of the year. We're starting to move into the more action time of the year. So it's like, okay, I'm going to get myself really, really clear. And what is that point? And then you release. What is that point? And you can do the fiery arrow 3 times, but on both. You can go into your warrior pose, because that really helps round and center you, right? That's like that full visceral, like physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And then it's like letting go of the bow. And it really helps you. You do use your breath, you use your yoga, you open up your body, and then it's like your clear intention settings. So that is one of the rituals that I'm going to invite you to do over this period of Imbolc, right? Bridget. So Bridget is, you know, the goddess of stone, of metal smithing, of poetry, of supporting creating the hearth, the home, right? Rituals, ceremonies. And she really represents a triple goddess, the maiden, the mother, and the crone. But I feel like there is a fourth one. There's the maiden, the mother, the queen, and the crone. And in some level, we all embody all of them. And it's like these archetypes, like the maiden, right? She represents the joy and the playfulness and the lightness, right? The mother, like the nourishment, the nurturing, right? The queen, it's like that sovereign energy, knowing your power of your dominion from within. And then it's like the crone energy, the wisdom that emanates through you. So it's accessing all of those different archetypes and embodying those and really integrating all of those archetypes into your life. So Bridget really represents all those aspects. And I love, so Solace Bride in Kildare that I was sharing with you. So she was in Kildare, and she really wanted to create, like at that time, she went into the nunnery and then came back out. But at that time, she's like, okay, I need all this land. I want to, you know, feed people. I want to be of service. I want to, you know, feed the animals. I want to nurture them. But she had no land to create what she wanted. So she invited the king to meet her, and she had the other goddesses with her, Maeve and Anya and Grania. And she said to the king of the land there, she said to him, this is what I'd like to do. Can you please, you know, share some of this land with me? This is my intentions. This is what I want to create here. It's going to make it more sustainable. It's going to give people food, crops, and animals. And he's like, no, I'm not giving you land. So she had this beautiful green velvet cloak, right, with all this velvety, beautiful green cloak. And she said to the king, okay, so, you know, she was smart, but she also had the gift of alchemy, right? And she said to him, okay, well, would you be willing to give me the amount of land that my cloak will land over? And he was like, he looked at her little cloak and he's like, you know, 1 meter by 1 meter. Yeah, I think I could do that. So what she does, she takes off her cloak and she just starts like you would, you know, if you're putting bedding on or bed, and she would just, and every time she moved it, the cloak got bigger and bigger, and it went over the forest and over the lakes and over the fields and just kept spreading, spreading and spreading. Well, the king just like bowed to her. He just bowed to her, and she received all of the land, and she created all that she wanted to create on the land. So that is, you know, the mythology of alchemy and sovereignty and standing in the truth and being of service. So there's many different mythology behind Bridget, but she's really powerfully known for the story of her cloak. And so what she created and the service that she created there. And it's like the gift that just keeps on giving, right? So that is one of the rituals I'd invite you to do over this time of Imbolc. Another one that I would suggest is just creating some kind of an altar. And, you know, there's no mistakes that you can make when you're creating an altar. It's something from your heart and it's something from your soul. You can create it inside or you can create it outside, but just wherever it is, allow it to be this beautiful private spot, right? Where altars can be created with intention for connection, for gratitude, connection with source, with spirit, with the land, for guidance. And then I love to bring the elements, so the element of the fire. So I invite you to bring your eternal flame onto your altar. I invite you to bring the element of water, some kind of water onto your altar. I invite you to bring the element of air, right? Like a feather of some sort. You can bring the element of the earth. So you could bring rocks or crystals, and nothing has to, you don't have to go out and buy anything. These are just special sacred items that you have or that you found in nature. And then I love to bring any kind of fresh flowers, anything that's growing around where you are, right? An offering. Oh, beautiful swan feather, Martina, that's beautiful. And so create an offering, and then whatever you want to place on that altar that represents what you're releasing, what you want to bring in, what synchronicities you want to create in your life, what you want to give gratitude for. And I invite you over these next 6 weeks to sit with your altar and just to sit with it. And I don't think there's any rules about where anything has to be in your altar. Just think of it as being like the microcosm of the macrocosm. So that's just like a really beautiful other ritual that I'd love to invite you to do. Thank you, loves. Thank you for being here. I'm just so grateful. And just to let you know that, I'm here on every point of the wheel. So our next one will be together, will be the Spring Equinox. So, please, it'd be lovely to have you join. And even if you register, the recording gets sent. And then, as I said, right after this, the Feng Shui gathering. And then next week on the 11th is going to be the land healing, the geomancy. And that's a complimentary one. I do, it works out kind of like monthly. So would love to have you all join. So what we're going to do now is we will just close our sacred space, because when you open up this portal, this channel of energy, which is so beautiful and everything, you want to make sure you close it. So let's just all bring our hands to our heart center, and let's just take a deep inhale into our hearts and exhale. Giving deep thanks to our ancestors, feeling your presence here today. Giving deep thanks to the hawthorn trees, to the sacred water, to the eternal flame. Gurmila Mahagat, the Bridget, August the Kalia, and to all the other guides. And giving deep thanks to you beautiful, beautiful divine women for being part of our sacred circle, and your truth and your authenticity and your beauty, your vulnerability, your power, your love, your grace. Thank you. So closing the sacred space in the energy of peace and love and unity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gameke, Mila Mila Mahaga. Thank you, my loves. Thank you for being here.